Hello and welcome to Talkin' Baseball. Umpires made some scenes. Teams made some wins. The Mets are amazing. Let's talk all about it. Hello and welcome to Talkin' Baseball, presented by SeatGeek. My name is Jimmy. Sitting next to me is Jake in California. We have Trevor Plouffe and behind the dish, producer BBD. Baseball was played. Baseball happened. Some teams won. Some teams lost. We weren't able to watch every single game because that's impossible. So we rely on you, as always, to fill us in on the things we missed or are getting wrong or didn't touch on. That's your guys' job as the associate producers of the show. Thanks for listening and helping us out. Jake, how are you?
James, Trevor, BBD. How's everyone doing? Huge week in baseball. Hockey got involved. You probably saw me, Rizzo, Judge, and DJ at the game last night. That was pretty cool. First playoff hockey game. Enjoyed that. Because the Yankees had a night off, and now they've got another night off because of the rain. So I have watched every game this week. I'll speak highly intelligently on it. I wake up, I watch those 5 minutes condensed games on the MLB app. And that's how I start every day.
I used to watch those, but they changed the way they edit them. I don't like them anymore.
Each game. But I'm doing pretty well. Got my Shady Rays on. Feeling good, looking good, playing good. Trevor Plouffe. We have a connection, Trevor. I know you try to deny that, but we both have some good D-backs juice going these days.
We do. Everyone knows that my youth team, it's probably the most important baseball going right now. Tomorrow, we've won 2 games in a row this week, put ourselves in a position. We're playing for first place. We play for rings in the Valley, baby. That's what we do. But my week has been wrapped up in all that. So much youth baseball, so much dust in my eyes and ears. It's a dusty field. I don't love it, but we're playing good ball. I'm excited to talk about some of the stuff that went down. There was some games. Yes, the Mets, James, like you said, they're pretty good. And there's this other guy that they have too that hasn't even played this year. So Jolly Olive's in our chat just puffing his chest. Unreal. But I have the AL today, so we'll be talking about some fun things that happened, including maybe the best game ever in Fenway history.
People are saying.
James, how you doing, bro? I mean, what a day for John Boy Media yesterday. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, big announcement. We had, a lot of big announcements, and I'm happy that it was announced. Talked about it a lot of places. No, we talk about baseball here. It was a big day.
All right, fine.
Thanks,
Look, it was a great
It's
day.
exciting to see everyone's reaction.
Thanks, everyone.
Ain't going to change this show. We're just going to keep going and going and going.
It's the best show that's ever been created. Ever.
I will leave a 5-star
Well,
leave a 5-star review, and I will give one lucky fan Dwayne Wade's phone number.
Dawson's Creek was pretty good, but
Dawson's Creek was all right. It lost itself.
Okay.
Yeah.
pacey.
Hot boy. Jake would have been
Yeah.
Jake would have been a big pacey guy.
Yeah. Didn't Pacey hook up with like the teacher?
Yep.
Like a lot. He just hooked up with everybody.
Everybody. Yeah, he has that one line. It's like, you know what? Frost my tips, and that makes me laugh.
If it fits, it ships.
He's getting a haircut, and he needs to rebrand himself.
I used to watch that with my parents, and I think there were some gratuitous sex scenes.
Nah, it's not really. It was the CW. It was that, and then Party of Five Thursday nights. Used to watch it with my parents too after hockey practice. Jake, you're giving us the NL,
I am the National League.
and you look really good in those sunglasses.
Jim, I really look good in these Shady Rays, which are the sunglasses I'm wearing. Shady Rays, I think people are familiar with Shady Rays. They are big in the Sunglass Gang, and now guess what, people? They're with us. And they're changing the way you wear sunglasses in the outdoors, or if you're a cat like me, in the indoors. Every pair is backed with their lost and broken replacements. Trev, if you had to name a guy who would need lost and broken replacements for their sunglasses? Who would you say needs that?
Wait, if you lose these glasses, they give you other ones?
Every pair is backed by lost and broken replacements. Even on day one, they will send you a brand new pair. That's how much Shady Rays does for their customers.
I'm in. I am in. I am that person.
Trev, what if I told you I could even sweeten the pot, Big Daddy?
Oh.
Not only how good I look right now, but exclusively for our listeners. You know, some people come in and they give you a little deal, and we're like, that's very nice. We thank you. Shady Rays. If you go to shadyrays.com and use code TALKIN, TALKIN, do not bring that G in here. You get 50% off 2+ pairs of premium polarized shades. BBD verbatim before this episode said the deal's so good. He got a couple for free because we're show here. He said he's buying more. He's going into that sunglass life because it's such a good deal. ShadyRays.com, code TALKIN, 50% off 2+ pairs of premium polarized shades.
I didn't know we had that deal.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to go check it out.
Huh.
These are not
Birthdays
Shady
coming
Rays.
up. Oh, yeah.
Burn them.
Yeah. Well, those are dinosaur glasses. I don't know if Shady Rays has dipped into that game yet.
Is that what you think those are, dinosaur glasses?
They kind of look like it. You have to understand where I'm coming from with that.
Let's talk about the National League.
If we're going to start beefing over dinosaur glasses, it's going to be a long ep for us, Trev. Trev, I hope you don't mind if we head out to your Los Angeles, where the Dodgers, Trevor Plouffe, was in the building with John Boy Media's dad, Chris Rose. And by the way, they watched the Dodgers do Dodger things. A little 2-gamer against Gabe Kapler and the Giants. Can't wait for a good Gabe Kapler story from Trev, a.k.a. an ignored text message. Dodgers only allow 1 run each time. Urias and Happy Catterday. Tony Gonsolin. Trev gave him...
I told you guys.
I know. You gave him some tips before the season, and they are working. Urias 6 shut. Gonsolin 5-1. Good news for the Giants, which I don't know. They lost. They could use a little good news. Lamont Wade Jr. expected to be activated. Evan Longoria and Tommy La Stella starting some rehab assignments, so reinforcements are on the way. Cincinnati. Oh my God, it's getting bad. I think the rumor is a fan's supposed to poop in a truck today. That's your Cincinnati Reds baseball. They got swept by the Brewers, and that's obvious. And Jim, you're not going to like the scores. 10-5, 18-4. Reds. It's getting ugly fast out there. Brewers as a team /337, 437, 731. They turned the Brewers into Babe Ruth. I'm worried about that for the Cincinnati Reds. By the way, those Brew Crew can pitch pretty well themselves. The Mets and Braves split a 4-gamer. I know you probably want to hear about the Mets comeback last night. We're not talking about that. We're talking Mets-Braves. Mets take the meat and cheese games of the sandwich series, a 4-game set, while the Braves were the bread. Braves haven't been winning a lot of series. I don't like that for them. And the Miracle Mets, man. I know last night's the story. Our friend Trevor May, he gets hurt. I don't like that. I do like a big Braves 7 runs scored in the 6th inning at the final game of that set for them to get the win. Cookie Carrasco, you might hear about him later. Bassett and Fried in the first game. That'll put some lead in your pencil. We'll talk about it in a minute, guys, but let's talk about Kelsey Wingert's Rockies right now, who took 2 out of 3 from the Nationals. That's a team that's been winning series. After dropping Game 1 to Fetty Wap for the Nats, the Rockies come back 5-2, 9-7. Gomber, barely nowhere. He has a nice outing for them. And then a couple unearned runs in the final game. That's fun. But Rogers and Hampson both hit 3-run ding-dongs to give the Rockies the sweat. Hey, those Marlins, fish with arms. They're pretty good, right? They got snake bitten. The D-backs, we play for rings in the valley and the desert. 5-4, 5-4, 8-7, including a special comeback. Pavin Smith with the 2-run homer in the 9th of the final game to take down a 6-3 lead. How about it? You might hear a little bit about MadBum, who kind of got stared down and had his fingers groped by another man. That's baseball, Susan. So we'll talk about that. Zach Gallen, you'll hear his name later too. Castellanos, the Snakes, sweep. They're playing good baseball. We're above 500, I think. And that's what's going on in the National Liga.
Boom, boom. Job well done by Jake there. Your standings in the National League, the Mets are atop the East, the 19-9 record. 19th win coming in the game yesterday, which was crazy. We've referenced it a bunch of times, but doesn't fall into, it's the weekend series, so we're not really going to discuss it at length. The Brewers are atop the Central with that sweep of the Reds, 18-8, 692 winning percentage, and the Dodgers stay in first place in the West. The Giants fall to fourth after losing the 2 games. It's very close in the West. The top 4 teams are all very close. What?
Top 5 teams in the West.
D-backs are there. They're not above 500, so I don't put them in there yet.
Okay.
Once they get above 500, and then I'll say the top 5 teams.
I guess in my head, they win on Jake Snake Saturdays, so they can't. They win tonight, then they're going to be 2 games over 500.
So we'll see how today
I guess
plays
that's my bad. That was a little future math.
Something to just explain, because you said it, Jake, in your beautiful recap there. A fan is supposed to poop in the truck.
Yeah.
In the outfield of Cincinnati today. If you don't know what we're talking about,
Then go to a different show.
Yeah.
Sorry.
On Reddit, I'm just going to read the Reddit post verbatim because it's really funny. Guy posted on the Red subreddit, said, during the Friday, May 6th game against the Pirates, I will be scaling the wall to defecate in the bed of the Toyota Tundra. If anyone can take photos of me, I'd appreciate it. Also, if anyone is down to also shit in the bed of the truck, meet me under the smokestacks in the top of the 4th inning. Cheers.
Do you think there's going to be security at the smokestacks in the 4th inning?
Yeah, there has to
Yes.
Well, they're dumb because obviously that's a diversion. Like, obviously, they're not meeting at the smokestacks.
They're going to make sure no one scales the truck.
I could see security at the smokestacks and the truck.
Imagine this is the highest attendance they get all season.
First of all, everyone knows you don't go on the truck. If you want to go, you go on the ship. Take a shit on the ship.
What ship?
I think this is all a diversion and it's going to play out somewhere else in the stadium. I really believe that.
Oh, wow.
Just poop all over the stadium.
No, but please don't.
No, don't do that.
Please don't, because someone's got to clean it up, dude.
We live
That's
in a
like what I
society.
think about.
What if they poop
No
and
one
then
has
clean
to
it
clean
up?
that up.
You just leave poop? What do you mean?
The truck bed of that truck, no one's been there. They're probably like an inch of bird shit there. No one's cleaned that up.
I disagree. I think you got to clean up human feces.
It's 100 feet in the air. No one's been there. That's what I thought. I was like, this is kind of empty. Like, I don't think this bothers anyone. It's just a really long way to go to poop.
And how do you know? Like, how do you make sure you have to poop?
That's what another thing. You get up there, you take a laxative or something.
Hello.
Anyways,
2-game sets are boring when they get split. Giants couldn't split it. Dodgers win both. That's where we start. They just pitch, hold them to 1 run both games. Trev, you were
How
there.
are the vibes, dog?
How are the vibes, dog?
vibes are good. I think the Giants know they're playing with a little bit of a decimated roster. They're waiting for some of these guys to get back. You know, like you mentioned, there's Listella, there's Belt, there's Longo. But the vibes are good, man. I love talking ball. We got a chance to catch up with some of the coaches. I talked to Gabe, talked to my friend JP Martinez. Just hearing about some of the stuff they're doing. You know, I think there's an article now out about Listella bringing over this like foam ball machine, and you can use it for hitting, but they're also using it for ground balls as well. Like it's like high velo spin type stuff. You can shape the balls, but it's not hard like high impact for you. And I always found that was the problem when you're training high velo, like off a machine. you could take it, but we start swinging at it, it would bust your hands up and it would almost be counterproductive. But with the foam balls, I kind of get it. And for both sides of the ball. So just cool tidbits like that. I mean, they're just approaching the game differently. They got beat because the Dodgers are an absolute juggernaut. There's no quitting them. I saw a really nice catch by Mookie Betts in the game that I was there. But it's going to be a dogfight because that game, the 3-1 game, it's very close. Rodon was absolutely filthy. And like I said, I think that the Giants are playing with what they'd probably refer to as, their B roster right now. This isn't the A roster. So I fully believe the Giants are not a fluke. I believe they're going to be there at the end, just like they were last season.
Okay. I do as well. Last year, these games were kind of must watch. So it's a bit of a bummer that it was 9-1 in game 2. Is that the score?
It was 3-1, and then it
9-1.
was 9-1.
Hoping you go for the split. It's early. It's a 2-game set. In the long run, doesn't mean incredible. Well, last year, every game meant a ton in the end. But I don't know. I was like hoping the Giants would come back, and then it was nothing.
It's where those 2-gamers sounds obviously a little dumb, but you win the first game, it's just straight house money. We either split the 2-game and handshake and move on, or we whipped your ass. And I don't know. Tough for the Giants, like you said. Banged up. Come back long go.
One thing for Dodger fans, if you want to even feel better about yourselves, our good friend Eno Saris had another article out with The Athletic talking about 12 hitters who are doing the right things but not getting the results. Of the 12, 3 of them are Dodgers.
That's interesting.
If they need any more help. We talk about predictive stats, like these guys are going to be there. The Dodgers are they're the Dodgers.
Nothing to add.
Yeah, nothing to add. Dodgers are good.
We talked about the Reds.
It was announced that Trey Turner invested in John Boy Media.
Whoops.
So, thanks, Trey.
We met him. He's nice. He's fast. He's strong.
Oh, he's so fast. He's good looking, too.
Yeah.
He's pretty fast.
He's about to get paid.
Like, he could play Spider-Man. Like, that's his look.
Oh, that is his
Yes.
look. That's a really good call.
Yeah.
Trey.
1,000%.
That's your best.
He's MLB Spider-Man.
That's your best superhero take on the show ever.
Is Aragorn a superhero?
Okay. Reds, we talked about their shitty situation. They get swept by the Brewers.
Brewers
and that's
bats
obvious.
and the Brewers bats get hot, which, like you said, they turned the Brewers into the best ever. Now the Brewers bats is like, who can stay hot? You had the come join me
Right.
birthday award, getting the turn 7-year-old, and then some did last weekend for the Brewers. They got some bats hot. I mean, I don't know the numbers as a team, like individually, but they had 19 extra base hits, 11 home runs. I have to guess that was pretty spread out.
Yeah, our guy Rowdy, you might hear about him later. He's out. OPS is now 966. Yelly 792. Let's go, Yelly. Find it, kid.
Who do they play next? Because they play
got
the
the Braves coming up,
fuck,
and then the Reds again.
and then Reds again. So keep the bats hot.
Yeah, how hot can you stay?
How
through
hot can you
Atlanta?
stay? Like that's the Reds effect. Is how long do your wood stay hard?
James, do you know who provided that spark plug? I know it was against the Reds. I understand it, but our guy, Luis Urias, came back. And he took Hunter Green up top. I think it was a leadoff hitter. Hunter Green up top, 100 miles an hour. Got to have him.
You got to
spark,
have him.
baby.
Got to have him. Good.
Reds was
No.
I mean,
Where are we going next?
they're on pace for historic bad.
I mean, different parts of history, but yes. Like, I don't know the Reds' worst season ever, but we're entering dangerous territory.
Jeff Passan just slaying him on Twitter too, saying this is talking about their tanking and how disgusting it is. He's catching bodies everywhere. Jeffrey, jeez.
Catching bodies everywhere.
Next series down the list, Braves Mets, a 4-game set, a split.
Yeah.
I don't mind a 4-game split. It's a lot of games. Both teams walk away. But you are getting worried about the Braves, Jake, that they are not winning series?
It's just we're the Atlanta Braves. I kind of started drinking the Kool-Aid. Ronald Acuna Jr. missed out on the playoff run last year. Like, he was going to be juiced up. Marcelo Zuna missed out. He was back. Matt Olson, my daughter, if you told me Matt Olson was doing his thing and young, thick Austin Riley was doing his thing, which they both are this year, I'd be like, well, fuck shit, damn. In the words of Ashland, like, we're going to be okay. We're just not winning series.
How many do you think they've won this season? I just counted.
2, if that.
They've played 8 series.
Right.
They've won 1.
That's what I'm saying. Like
2 4-game splits. So
right.
So they're not losing every series.
It looks like they just can't go get momentum. They haven't had a 3-game win streak this year. Like, they just can't get the train out of the station a little bit.
This is their formula. What are you talking about? They just did this last year. They don't care.
That's true.
It's still really early. I do want to say Matthew Zimmerman in the chat mentioned, and I had forgotten about this, first series the Mets didn't win all year. So that's the opposite of what you're talking about there.
Yeah, we had one of those in the AL as well. But good on the Mets.
Yeah, no, Trev, I love what you just said. It's going to be June, and Braves fans are going to be around 500, and the Mets will have a big lead in the division, and they'll say, okay, we did this last year. Let's just run it back.
Run it back. But, yeah, Mets doing the damn thing. Also, I had a caller earlier today on Baseball Day talking about Austin Riley. How you guys, when are we going to put him in start talking about him with the top third baseman in the league? I said, well, kind of already are, but you got to do it for longer. But what he's come out and done so far this season, he's cementing himself as one of the best third basemen in baseball. And remember, before last season, we challenged him. Like, what are you going to do, young king? Young thick? Are you going to come and show out? And he did. He's doing it again now. And, he's a big part of why the Braves are even, treading water right now.
You do that third baseman full scope, which I love, and it's a crazy talented position in the MLB right now. And I guess it's funny when you put yourself in other people's shoes. Young, thick Austin Riley is now going back-to-back seasons with an OPS in the 9s. The Braves just won a World Series. He's like a cornerstone future franchise piece. He's got a nice peach on him too. But
did anybody take Carrasco for later on?
I did.
Okay, we'll talk about him later then.
Teaser.
I did take
like
him.
They freaking need him. My goodness.
Mets.
Good for the Mets.
What a comeback last night. Talk about that on Monday, though,
Yeah, it's just not, part of this.
Because we kind of have to talk about Kelsey Wingert's rocks.
They matter. I want Kelsey to have some free time to do stuff with us.
Right.
We got some things that we want to plan, but I don't know if you're the Rockies, you can let her go on vacation again. Is that the only time they've lost?
If you want to win some money gambling, like when Kelsey's wedding.
Yeah, when Kelsey's getting married.
Rockies will
Great
lose.
point.
Rockies will lose. She is the mojo in Colorado.
Had a good conversation with Kelsey last night, talking about her rocks a little bit. Obviously, our friend of the company, Randall Gritchick, sends his best.
Yes.
And he's balling out. And there's word on the street that Connor Joe is a fan of what we're doing.
Well, I'm a fan of him. I'm
Yeah.
a fan of his name, for sure. I don't know anything about his,
Yeah.
If Kelsey vouches for him, then I'm a fan of him.
Right.
But Mr. Joe?
Yeah.
I am a fan of that, for sure.
Get you a shirt that just says Mr. Joe.
What are the
He
Rockies
can't have the
doing
rights
so
to that,
well?
right?
I don't know. I don't think so.
A players union? You think I can do a shirt that says Mr. Joe, Trev?
Yeah.
You think
Lot of
anyone
Joes.
has? There's a lot of Joes out there.
Let's see. T-shirt, Mr. Joe. There's
Ooh,
like
I
I Heart Joe T-shirts. Similar concept.
I didn't know that he spelled it with an O. Connor Joe.
Connor Joe, yeah.
Connor's a name that can get spelled a lot of different ways. One N, two N's, double O, O-E.
My first Connor I met as a youth was an ER, so I assumed all Connors were ER. And now every Connor since has been OR for me.
I just know that it goes a lot of ways.
Can you tell me how the name Connor is trending in the United States?
Yes, I will. I have a website that. Well, I don't. What spelling do you want?
Exactly.
Give me the OR because you're telling me that's the one that's going on nowadays. I want to see what's going on.
So,
with that.
okay. So the Connor Joe OR BBD, if I put this on there, can you share it? And then we'll get back to guys, don't even worry. We'll get back to baseball. But it had a huge bump in 1992. We're talking.
Holy smokes.
We're talking this name was nowhere to be seen in 82, 963. And then by 92, we're at top. We cracked the top 100, and the staying power of Connor since '92 has been kind of just unbelievable.
I'll say it's starting
starting to
trend
down.
If it gets
Wait a second.
if it gets out of the top 100, I'm worried for the Connors.
We're close, yeah. So that's got to be the most common spelling then. Connor.
Yeah,
I can.
I think there's one N Connors. And then there's ERs.
One and Connor, they're never cracked the top 200 in the U.S. That looks more Irish when I just see
If you combine all the Connors, it's a popular name, huh?
Yeah, it's more popular than you would guess. ER, that looks so odd to me now.
I'm just gonna come and say it. I'm not a fan of the name Connor.
No. You just don't you just don't like things that are great. You see the staying power?
But think of the first three letters, con. Like this is a con man, dude. I don't. That's what my brain goes to that right away. You're a con
man is just short for confidence, man, and you're all about confidence.
That's not where I go with it.
That's not where he goes with it.
Good for I mean, I never seen a 10-year jump like that, and then to stay for the next 20. It's just 30. It's very impressive.
Now, Sinead O'Connor. That's one I can get on board with.
I bet.
Yeah.
Creep. Half our audience has no idea who that is. CJ Crone continues staying hot. 6 hits, homer.
That's a name I don't like.
CJ or Crone?
Crone.
Yeah.
The way it's spelled and all that's just like, what?
Nobody really pitches in this series, if we're being honest. Outside of Eric Fetty, good for him. And Gomer, nice start. But, yeah, Rocks, a team that's winning series, Jim. Reverse Atlanta.
Besides when Kelsey went away.
7 people league average or above in OPS plus in the Rockies lineup. I'm like, why? How are they winning? They're hitting the ball.
They have a fun team. If you remember when we did their...
Oh, wow. Someone in the chat put it together. Terminator came out in 84.
Nice.
The Terminator.
Sarah Connor.
The sequel is Terminator 2. It's John Connor. Connor. Wow. Yeah. I love when shit like that happens.
Rockies are first in batting average, first in OPS, second on base. And yeah, when we looked at their lineup during the team PPP, we were like, okay, Charlie Blackmon, Grichuk, Crone, McMahon. Like they had this kind of weird, they signed Iglesias. It was kind of like a weird video game team that if you played against them, you're like, I still think I'm going to win, but this is a funky little group. But they're winning ball games right now.
Unlike the Marlins, they're on a 4-game loser.
Well, when you run into an unstoppable force, what do?
Pablo Lopez wins, a pedal and then goes 4.2, 3 earned. Not a great start from him. And then I think Rogers, your guy, also, Rockies handled him.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, they lose Bum on game 3 after 1 inning, have to piecemeal the whole game. Lovella doesn't care. We got it. Diamondbacks pitching staff is bizarre to me.
What if I told you the Arizona Diamondbacks are second in starting pitcher ERA? That put a little lead in your pencil.
Well, I know that
It does.
I know that Bum's been really good, and we know that Gallen has the ability, but I'd wonder.
Merrill Kelly almost got
Merrill
a pedal.
Kelly's been the guy, yeah.
He almost pedaled up. Humberto Castellanos with 5
It's
shutty
all
this series.
these old guys are just figuring stuff out, man.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, their bullpen, Trev, is the same thing. I mean, Ian Kennedy, and then who's the other?
He's hurt now, but Melanson.
Melanson. When I was watching, I was like, and then Joe Mantiply is a fun name in Yankees lore. Caleb Smith also. Just these names, I'm like, that's who's doing it. That's who's helping.
And my king, our short king, Dalton Varsho, deserves some love this year. Having a nice season, man. And we play for rings in the desert, so.
Zach Gallen came out, talked a little shit to Jazz Chisholm. I thought that was interesting. I guess last year, they got traded for each other, obviously.
Could hear about it later.
Last year, you're going to talk about all this.
Could be heard about later, yeah.
Might be heard about later.
When is this? When did you decide to do this? Right when I started talking about it?
No, it's at the bottom of the sheet that's filled out before the show. You can look at. But that's fine.
Oh, you just wrote that. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, before the show.
I won't say anything about it because Jake stole my thought process. It's okay.
Okay. Pavin Smith, big home run.
Another name, not into at all.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gone a little too far.
Might be my least favorite first name in baseball. Pavin.
Now, Trev, you said you're on the umpire's side in the MadBum thing. You want to dive into that?
That was something else. We haven't talked about it here yet?
No, but we should. What are your thoughts?
I mean, it's just ridiculous. I said on Baseball Today, like, I've done that move before. Like, when I'm pissed at my kids, like, okay, I gave the example, like, I'm mad, like, they messed around in the shower, like, took too long, or, like, screwed everything up. I'm handing him a towel. I put my hand out, but my eyes are looking at them. I want them to make eye contact with me before they take this towel so they know how pissed off I am at them. Because sometimes as a parent, that's all you need. It's a parent move.
Yeah, even
he
if
was
you have
waiting
dogs.
Exactly. He was waiting for eye contact so he could let MadBum know that he was disappointed and mad that MadBum was not okay with the strike zone. It's like, bro, you weren't even fucking part of this. You weren't even part of this. Get out of here. And the way he was holding his hand, like,
halfway through, MadBum's not acknowledging that he's staring at him, and he does that little tilt. Like, it's subtle, but he does that little, like, get under MadBum's brim, and then MadBum looks up like, what?
What's happening here?
What's happening?
I am on the side that I do think MadBum would earmuffs fuck him up.
Yeah.
Not that I want that to happen, but if we're handicapping the fight, I would take shock with MadBum there.
There's people responding because I'm getting all the responses to the breakdown and stuff saying like, well, MadBum deserved it. He said he was going to fuck him up. I was like, that happened after. Still, like, probably, like, I do think in sports sometimes we just allow someone to become unhinged and then we just, like, say it's okay because the first wrong was the umpire. Like, MadBum probably shouldn't be yelling, I'm going to fuck you up repeatedly. But he didn't say anything. All he said to the home plate ump was like, I had that guy out earlier. It was kind of benign as he was walking. It wasn't screaming in his face. Weird.
Isn't that exactly the reaction that you think Dan was looking for?
Yeah. And
right?
then he after he threw him out and MadBum was like, what? He drops, I didn't say a word. So he had it planned in his head, I'm not going to say a word, but I'm going to instigate him. So in my report, I can write, I didn't say a word. You know what I mean? Like, he had it all mapped out. And supposedly this happened in 2018 or 2019 where MadBum got ejected for arguing with an umpire. And then the next game, Bellino squeezed MadBum like crazy as kind of a message like, you fuck with us, we'll fuck with you. And it's like, I just don't know if that's what the whole thing is.
Oh, it's good for the sport.
It's not good for the sport. Like, MLB needs to come out, man. They need to. They need to say that shouldn't happen. I don't know. I don't need like a big suspension or anything crazy, but at minimum, they should be like, That's not how our umpires should act.
Show anyone, even if they're not a sports fan, show them that video of the umpire holding and scraping MadBum's fingers while staring at him, not saying a word, and just get their reaction. Because it's just not right at all.
Yeah.
None of it's right.
Sometimes I show like my Katie, my wife.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, you need to see this. Look at this.
What do you think about this one?
Yeah. This one's pretty weird, right? Ridiculous. MadBum, the way he throws is
Awesome.
awesome, but also
Whip it.
it looks like the balls are coming out so much slower than the radar gun says like 92. And I'm like, really?
What do you think MadBum's hands feel like? Are they calloused?
They're tough.
They're tough. Yeah.
They're tough.
Yeah. I mean, he's he's on the 4-wheeler. He's roping horses. He's a man.
I think if someone tells him his hand gets soft, he kind of just sandpapers.
There's nothing worse than having soft hands. You got to have the calluses. Well, you can't even do. If I have soft hands, what do you do? I love the calluses. You got to have them. I bet your hands are so soft, Jake.
The
I bet
softest hands you've ever touched.
Eesh.
Lotion.
It actually grosses me out when I shake hands with someone that has like a really soft hand.
Can't be too smooth.
It grosses me out. It's like, why does your hand feel like a silk pillow?
I wish they were, Trev, but I lift those heavy-ass weights at the gym that you walk past.
You're totally right.
Oh, elliptical.
I just got some arthritis, so that's cool.
Them bones, baby.
Those crooked hands.
Let's talk some American League Baseball.
Is that all? That's all the National League Series?
That's the National League. That's Big Brother this series.
Holy smokes. All right, Trev, you got the AL?
Ready, baby.
You want to put it's like 4 minutes, 37 seconds on the clock?
Gotcha.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
My people, let me tell you what went down in the American League. We're starting off in Toronto, Canada. Stand up, you beautiful people. Yankees took 2 out of 3. Sorry, Toronto, sit back down. Yankees won the first one 3-2. They won the second one 9-1 before the Blue Jays win the third game 2-1. We saw a lot of fun stuff in this series. This was the guy giving the home run ball to the little kid. Derek was his name. Gotta love that. But let's talk about some of the performances. The Yankees starting pitchers continue to do it. Monty goes 5 innings pitched with 2 earned runs in game 1. Tyone 6 innings pitched with 1 earned run, matched by Yanoa in game 2. And then Cortez goes 4, 2 earned runs. And then my guy, King Mikey, 3 perfect innings in relief. It didn't matter because Kikuchi came out and did it for the Blue Jays. 6 innings pitched with 1 earned run. We'll talk about the stuff that went on during the games after this. There was like a tag, no tag, some stuff. I'm sure you guys got a lot of great insight on it. Yankees take 2 out of 3, and that's a prove-it series for them. And they proved it. Moving on, the Mariners go into Houston, and Houston's starting to look like that bad man again. They sweep the Mariners 3-0, 4-0, 7-2. The Mariners bats. What is you doing, baby? Our guy Odorizzi, 6 2/3 shutty. Javier, 5 1/3 shutout innings in his start. And then Verlander does a damn thing with 6 2/3, 2 earned runs. The Astros, 10 extra base hits with 4 home runs. The Mariners hit 157 in the series with only 1 home run, and that was their only extra base hit. Owie. Mariners get swept. Astros coming back in that division. Moving on, this one was good. The Angels go into Fenway, and they take 2 of 3 from the Red Sox, who are kind of reeling right now. 4-0 Red Sox. They win the first game, and then the Angels come back. They win it in 10-5 before Ohtani shoves in the third game, and they win 8-0. Waka has been a bright spot for the Red Sox. He went 5 2/3 shutout innings. Syndergaard not so bad himself, but the Angels could not get any offense. He went 7 innings pitched with 3 earned runs. Detmers in the second game goes 4 2/3 with 3 earned runs, but the Angels scored 6th in the 10th. My guy, Tyler Ward, Taylor. I said Taylor. My bad. Taylor Ward has a go-ahead 2-run homer, and then Walsh with a 3-run homer. They take that game. And then Ohtani, like we said, maybe had the best game ever at Fenway. 7 shutout innings, 11 Ks. I believe like 80 something of his 90 pitches were strikes. Ohtani's on a different level, guys. Angels take 2 of 3 from the Sox. We're going to Oakland. The Rays went into Oakland. What you think happened. The Rays went in and swept the A's 6-1, 10-7 in 10, and then 3-0 in the last game behind a really nice Kluber start. Game 1, Rasmussen goes 5 innings pitched, 1 earned run. Our guy Yarby with a tough start in Game 2, but they came back, and then Kluber had that great start for him. They sweep the A's, and in the last series of the American League, the Twins went into Baltimore, and guess what, guys? They split. We don't like splits, but it was a 4-game series. 2-1 Twins, 7-2 Twins, 9-4 Orioles, 5-3 Orioles. A lot of stuff happened. The fence is ridiculous whenever I watch a game in Baltimore. I can't get over the fact that they did that. It's so dumb. Let's talk about these games in a second. That is what happened in the American. Let's start in Baltimore because I didn't really recap it.
Okay.
There's some big news coming out of Twins camp. Carlos Correa gets hit in the finger, looking like he's going to be out for some time. So they're bringing up a highly touted guy, and I've seen quite a bit of them, heard quite a bit about him, Royce Lewis.
Royce, wow, I didn't know that.
Making the debut, 1-of-1 guy. I said on Baseball Today that he has Buxton-esque tools. And the Twins are very good at identifying like first round high end like tool guys. They've been able to do that for quite some time. Royce is another example of it. He did have a big leg kick kind of when I saw him play. I think he's had to tame that a little bit, similar to a Byron Buxton from all accounts. He's done that, going bananas in AAA. So that'll be something to watch this weekend.
Orioles are pesky as shit, man. People might have thought it was Yankees, Red Sox smack talk or something like that the other week, but this Twin series, it doesn't surprise me at all. Like, the Orioles are just tough. The top half of their lineup is legit, and they're starting to get pitching performances that give them a chance in series. Zimmerman's off to a really nice start this season. I think we even had a little taunt of Correa. I think Austin Hayes hit him with the Correa watch. So these Orioles are starting to taste themselves a little bit. And we're still a little below that. I think we want to keep that under wrappos, but they are tough, and I hate the left field too, Trev.
It's ridiculous.
I hate it. For righty power hitters like us, that's a nightmare.
You go Oppo a lot.
I go Oppo.
You're like a DJ swing almost.
Yeah.
The Orioles have the chain, which I think is – I went back and forth on Baseball Today about it. I think at first I was like, I let them have it. Then I realized it's like, I think it's plastic, and this is the show. And like, if you're going to do a chain, you better do the chain. And then I realized nobody's really making any money.
Yeah.
So they're being frugal, and I like that. So, I'm up in the air about it.
Okay. I mean, I don't think the Blue Jays jacket is like a expensive jacket, but if it's a chain, it has to be an expensive chain.
I would say the Blue Jays jacket probably costs in the realm of, I don't know, $500. And this chain looked like a giveaway chain that you bought outside the stadium or something for $5 or $10. So,
Oh no.
You think the jewelry guy that goes clubhouse to clubhouse even goes to the Orioles?
yeah.
Okay, great.
Because he's got stuff for all price ranges, baby.
Black diamond necklace.
Look at this show necklace I got on.
Someone tweeted out, I was Twins writers at Warren. I don't know, that they might have like an all homegrown lineup tonight now.
Wow, I got to check that out. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was, it was on my feed. Who's the Twins reporter that I follow? Do you guys know each other? You guys know what I'm talking about?
Lavelle, Brandon Warren.
I think it might have been Warren. I think he might have retweeted it. But
So let's see. Yeah.
here it is. Seth, actually, he tweeted it, but Seth Stows tweeted it.
Yep. He loves our show.
Yeah.
So shout out Seth.
Jeffers, Kirilloff, Polanco, Miranda, Lewis, Larnack. Is that how you say it? Buxton, Kepler. Yep. Now, I said Winder last time. Is it Winder? People said I said it wrong. I don't know. What's that starting pitcher's name? Josh?
I thought it was Winder.
Yeah, I said Wind. I don't know. Anyway.
Winder.
Okay.
Hope he dinder.
Whoops.
That's cool.
Go the homegrown Twins, go. I think we're kind of going up the list here, which is fine on our end. And by the way, guess who's back? Back again. The Rays are back. Tell a friend.
Scared of him?
Not full-blown scared.
Standings. Yankees are in first in the East. Twins are in first in the Central. Angels are in first in the West. Sorry, forgot to do that. The Central still only has one team above 500, which still is jarring to see.
Mariners, what is you doing, baby? The Rays, for me, Jim, and correct me if I'm wrong, in the AL East, the Yankees and Jays got off to their hot start, and it was like, okay, Yankees-Jays, and it kind of built up to this series that we'll talk about in a minute. The Rays and the Red Sox were both kind of meandering a little bit. The Red Sox had been a little worse than the Rays, but they were both kind of drifting. Like, Rays dropped a couple sets, and you're like, I don't know. Now, as we get close to like what would be the true 1 month part of the season, and here are the Rays, 16-10. They just took care of their business. They swept the lowly Athletics, and they won last night's game against the Mariners that we're not talking about. But the Rays are back in the mix. They were never going to be out of the mix, but seeing them 6 games above 500, I think that's important for the early baseball season.
Yeah, I mean, their losing stretch was like really early. What are they, 11-4 in their last 15, or something like that? They've been winning. Oakland, on the other hand, they thought they were going to trick people for a little bit, but now they've lost a bunch. I think they're stuck at 10 wins. They get swept. Which, good. They got more cats than fans in the stadiums. And it's not a knock on the fans. They have
That's a compliment to the cats.
Yeah, they have a pretty good fan base.
Those cats are fugging.
Yeah. And Kluber's been good for them.
We get sent stuff all the time, or at least I do, about Oakland fans, and like they're like, this is a boycott. This is not what's going on. Like you can paint it a lot of different ways in the media, like they have no fans, get out of Oakland. But it's like, no, the fans are just sick of what's going on with the team. Time and time again, they have to go through rebuilds like this. And how could you want to be part of that?
They don't.
I guess that's the answer.
Moving on up the list.
I want to send a little dick punch.
Okay.
If you remember, Rays fans got a little rowdy with me. They traded Austin Meadows. That really set me off.
Yeah.
And all the Rays fans said, oh, well, they're calling up Josh Lowe, dude. He's real good. He did get sent back down, and I wish Josh Lowe the best in a great Major League career. But playing Major League Baseball is really fucking hard, especially if you're a rookie. I've dropped a few F-bombs today. I'm hot.
Did you even goo yet?
I haven't even gooed yet. I'm saving that for the second half of the show.
Jake's gonna
I'm going to do your trick.
Nah, gooch it. All right, so the Rays are good. The Angels are good, man. And they're not only good, they're fun to watch, which they should have been for the last 5 years, and they've had the talent forever, and now it's kind of coming together. And as much as they have all those stars, the pitching's been good, but also, man, they kind of like they filled the cracks nicely. And also Ward is insane. But they lose the first game to the Red Sox. Syndergaard pitches pretty good line, 7 innings pitched, 3 earned runs, but Waka for the Sox shuts them down. They win game 2 in extras, and absolutely like an embarrassing extras fashion. They score 6 in the 10th and come back in the 9th to tie it, and then score 6 in the 10th. And then Ohtani has his way with them in game 3. And the Angels, if it's early for one team, it's early for everyone, but you got to love what you're seeing. And they're like winning in fun ways. The vibes are good. They're leading in categories that I like. They're playing a style of baseball that I think is sustainable and good. So that's pretty fun to see.
Trev, your Halos?
I'm just searching. I want to see the lineup of this game. Yeah, so Taylor Ward, he enters the game as a pinch hitter in that extra inning game. And then I tweeted about the home run. It was a 3-1 pitch by, was it Barnes, I believe? Yeah, by Barnes. And when you have Mike Trout, Shohei Ohtani, and Anthony Rendon behind you, and you have a 3-1 count, that's Taylor Ward, as hot as he has been one of the best hitters in the big leagues, you're getting a heater. And Taylor Ward timed that son of a gun up as best as he could and put just a beautiful swing on it. And it's got to feel good for him when you're up in those situations. You know they're going to challenge you, man. And, you can get big sometimes. And not everyone can handle, being challenged like that. You have to stay within yourself. And I know that sounds a little silly, like, dude, they're just throwing you fastball. It's easy to hit. It's like, no, well, you can try to get big, especially in Fenway. That left field wall, talk to anybody that's played there. Like, if you start trying to bang balls over that thing, you're going to run into some problems. You're going to get exposed. Like, the Red Sox pitchers know how to pitch to it, except where's Barnes going to go there? And Ward put that swing on it. It was beautiful, man. They're a fun team to watch. Like you just said, James, they got the superstars. They never thought Ward was going to do this for them. And that's we talk about the pitching, and yeah, the pitching has been great and we're happy for them because my God, they've needed that, but they're not where they are right now without Taylor Ward. Not even close.
Taylor Ward being another Mike Trout has been important to their good start.
Exactly.
Watch out.
I mean, it's crazy.
Anthony Rendon's starting to go. I mean, Jared Walsh can bat 6 for them on a given day. Like, it's all looking good there. I'm interested to track their bullpen right now. Iglesias, Tepera, and Loop at the top are kind of doing their thing. Outside of that, it starts getting a little thin. That as this season does, we get further and further away from the season's just starting. I wonder if they're a team that, like, hey, things are clicking. Maybe if you can address another bullpen piece early in the year, but don't wait to the trade deadline. I could see that being important for a team like this. Shohei God.
Kurt Suzuki, people mentioned in the chat. I saw that too. Played first base. Never in his big league career has he played any other position besides DH and catcher, but he got an inning in at first base. So congratulations, Kurt. He's still freaking doing it. I wonder, he used to do these things on do you know what it's like a Swiss ball is? Like a Bosu ball?
Yeah.
Or it's like a Swiss ball. Not the Bosu ball, the Swiss ball. He has these things with these weights where he's like moving his body all crazy on them to stay like limber and like have his movement right. Like, and like he's like found this routine, and essentially it's been the fountain of youth for this guy. I'm like, gosh,
not
a chance
much,
to win a World Series this year.
Not much more. I love more than a weird workout.
You'd love this.
Yeah.
And he wore a crop top doing it.
Yeah.
Hot.
Yeah.
Right up your alley.
How many teams do you think have players with 3 or more with multiple players with 3 or more steals?
3 or more. So you need 2+ guys
question.
with 3 or more steals.
The Angels have 4 guys with 3 or more steals this early, and I feel like that's high.
I feel like that's high.
They have maybe it's more than that. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They have 8 guys with 9. Oh, fucking shit. Never mind.
All right.
What?
I control F'd Los Angeles because the first couple were Angels, but the Dodgers are coming up too. So it was like a ridiculous number. And I'm mad that both teams have the same city, and Baseball Reference doesn't differentiate that. So that's what just happened.
Angels second in the AL in stolen bases.
They steal a lot, and it's not just like one dude with 6 steals.
9 or something, yeah.
Yeah, they have 5 guys with 2 steals or more. They have 4 guys with 3 steals or more. I think that probably is one of the most spread out stolen base team. Because Wade and Velasquez are getting a ton of run.
Yeah.
Velasquez is a starting shortstop, except against righties, I think. His offensive numbers aren't there, so they're just going speed and glove.
I could watch him play defense all day, though.
Yeah.
Trev, Red Sox fan, are we hitting the panic button?
I mean,
Yes.
Still early. Like, there's still a run in this team. It's just they're looking up at some really good teams in front of them. That's if this was a team and they were in like the AL Central or something like that, like, hey man, we just need to get on a run and go. But having to leapfrog the type of teams that are in front of them, I think it's going to be a daunting challenge for them. I mean, I didn't have them making the playoffs. I think I said they're going to be a 500 ball club at the beginning of the year, just because I didn't really believe in their pitching. And you know what? The pitching's been okay. It's been the offense that's been bad. So like I said, I think there's a run in there. Alex Cora, you guys always reference. You can get the boys rallied around something. Maybe he finds something for that. But it's seeming like it's going to be a tough task for them to get ahead of any of those teams.
Yeah, some of the numbers are sad to look at. Like Verdugo. I root for Verdugo. I like him. Kike. I root for Kike. I like him. And their offensive numbers now they're like really bad. I don't know if you've seen Bobby Dahlbacks. Yikes. So thought it would be the pitching too. But I don't know what's going on there. All I know is the Red Sox are fans that we know are not excited. They're not happy.
Yeah.
They're miserable.
Need some juice, man. Speaking of, Astros sweep.
Astros sweep, but also last episode I asked, like, it feels like the Mariners are losing series. I think they've lost their last 3 now. And the Astros are good and can beat you in a lot of ways. Astros went to that 6-man rotation through this stretch. Let me see, how deep are we through the stretch of they had 32 games out of 33 days or something. So it's pretty good to start that off with good pitching performances and not overuse and getting some wins. So good for them there. Because I think they added Christian Javier. Was he the guy that got bumped up to be the 6th starter?
I think so.
And did he pitch in the series or did Garcia?
Wasn't your ale guy.
It's Javier. It's Javier.
Good for him. Astros are scary.
Jordan.
Flexen still does his thing. He's been really good for them. Mariners, they just didn't hit at all in this series. And whether that's, the Astros having good pitching, which is partly true, but it looks like they're hitting an offensive lull here. And you can't do that against the Astros.
No.
At home.
Javier, last 2 starts, combined 10.1 innings, 2 earned runs. So not a bad guy to just say, hey, we need a 6th starter in the rotation. A lot of teams can't do that. Can't just bring up a 6th starter and feel comfortable, and then he performs. And I think he will because he's good. Verlander's the other story. It's not surprising. He's a Hall of Famer. He's one of the best pitchers of his generation. I gave him the exemption from Tommy John comeback woes. And, I think he's got a 2 ERA or something and just throwing pitches and
looks gross.
Being who he is. So good for Justin. Did I say 2 ERA? Sorry, 1.93. 1.93. Yeah.
Syndergaard pitching well. Shout out Halos.
He is. Got the only loss. Also invested in Jumbo Media.
So did he really lose?
I got to talk to this guy. I don't know how to feel about Noah yet.
What would you say?
I like him.
What would you say?
Hi, I'm
about
Trevor
him?
Plouffe.
I would. What's up,
Good
Noah?
start.
And that's it. I see where it went from there.
Okay.
All right.
He
Awesome.
likes to read books, do you think he actually reads books?
I like to read books.
Yeah, but do you think he's one of those guys that says he reads books but doesn't read them?
Like LeBron. How LeBron's
like LeBron.
always carrying the Godfather around. I think he reads. He got so much downtime. He's a starting pitcher.
That's true.
Trev,
So
you
we're
know
already
what?
gonna have friction because of that.
Trev, did you hear that when they went to extra innings, Madden wanted to get Lorenzen up,
Yeah.
but he had already flew earlier? All I did was think of you right away. It's like, oh, wow. Can't be with the team because you got to get a good night's sleep.
Dude.
So soft. those
We
starting
used to
pitchers.
make so much fun of guys that would do that. It's the 6th inning. Is it getting a little too late for you to wake up tomorrow morning for your 1:00 start? Okay. It's so brutal.
Do you need
It
your
is
own
so-
personal flight?
It's brutal.
Starting
Get a
pitchers
good
have
night's
like
sleep.
had too much pull, Trev. You've totally persuaded me into being like the whole entire baseball world caters to starting pitchers. Everything,
The entire world.
everything is for them. And they play once a week.
Don't get me going on this, bro. I was just
I
about to
just
shout
saying,
out JP Crawford.
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
you got me going. I hear these things, and I've heard of pitchers doing that for my whole life, and I never once heard it, and I was like, that's soft. Trev's got to hate that.
I hate it so much.
Yankees.
Shout out JP.
Yankees give the Blue Jays their first loss of the season.
Series loss.
The both teams pitched pretty well. The Yankees took advantage of some poor defensive play by the Blue Jays. Then the ump missed one call, and the Yankees took fully advantage of that in Game 2. Game 3 was a good game. Kikuchi and Cortez. It's the Yankees have bases loaded, 1-run game at the end, and they get the out. And Game 3 was tied going into the 9th inning, and the Yankees took the lead. So it was that middle game looks lopsided, but it was 1-1 going into the 7th or end of the 6th or something like that. So it was a pretty close series. Blue Jays defense was weird in that second game. Bichette's made a lot of errors, and Vladdy plays an odd first base. I actually want to ask like a player about that. He jumps off the bag, Trev, to catch balls. Like if he thinks that the runner's safe anyway, he kind of just comes off the bag to catch it. But it seems like you
in a stretching motion, or just like he gave up on it.
Just gives up on it. He did it like 3 times, and I don't think the runner would be safe, but I think the runner misses the bat. I don't know. I just think I've never seen a first baseman just do that often.
It's like he was taught it. It's like he was taught to come off the bag if ensure the catch kind of, but he's almost like overdoing it. So I don't know if it's a learning process or what, but
I've never been taught to come off the base. I mean, maybe a throw in the dirt, you square up to it. There's certain situations where your footwork is definitely different at first base, depending on where the ball is in the infield. But I think I know what you're referencing. I did see him do it a few times, and I think that's something he probably should not do.
Yeah, it didn't really cost the Blue Jays a game anyway. And Vladdy's a fucking beast, and he's awesome. So it's just something I noticed. Like, that's weird. Why does he do that so much? And even like the last out, he scoops it. He just is not a first baseman yet. He still like scoops in ways where it looks like he's just like making do, not doing how a first baseman would. But Bo's got a lot of throwing errors.
Yes.
And the Yankees pitching's really good. So that's that. You guys want me to walk you through what happened in the IL? I got some games here.
Need it.
Here we go. White Sox and the Cubs played for the Battle of Chicago. White Sox won Game 1 3-1. They win Game 2 4-3. White Sox had 3 home runs. The Cubs did not really hit. That's it. Giolito, 3 earned runs, but struck out 10. Hendricks, 5.2, 4 earned runs. Pollock had the go-ahead RBI single in the 6th inning of Game 2 to get him the win. I think Abreu hit a home run. Also, Abreu hit a ball that counted as a hit. Shortstop gets it. He gets him out. White Sox sweep the 2 games. Padres play the MLB Barometers Guardians and split a 2-game set. So Padres, is you good? I don't know. Clevenger pitches in his return. 4.2 innings pitched, 3 earned runs. Plesac goes against him. He allows 4. Quantrill and Gore in the second game. And Gore, 5.2 innings pitched, 1 earned run. Good for him. Quan had a walk-off single in the 10th, letting everyone know he's coming for a second pedal. How about that? Rangers and Phillies. The Rangers swept the Phillies in a 2-game set, so we're using the word sweeps a little loose for me, but they win the 2 games. Again, the second game in extra innings. And Backyard Brad had the go-ahead 2-run single in the 10th. Wheeler had a really nice outing in Game 2. Suarez, my dude, he allowed some runs. Come on. The Phillies lose. Phillies are having a weird season. I don't know what to make of it. Cardinals take 2 out of 3 from the Royals. Is that the Battle of Missouri? Kansas? I don't know. They're close. Michael A. Taylor, wild home run robbery catch. How about that?
Good one.
Goldie hit a home run. Keller had a nice outing on the bump. Waino had a really nice outing on the bump. Pirates and Tigers split their doubleheader, so it was a 2-game set. Both games took place in the same day. One team won 1 game. The other team won the other game. That's about as useless of a day you can have. Bottom. There you go. That's what happened. A lot of interleague.
Yeah, I didn't realize we had a full interleague, Jim.
I know, and we're running longer. I didn't realize it was this full as well. But yeah, the White Sox win their 2 games.
Tigers-Pirates split. You can't really talk about
Can't
that.
really talk about that. Sorry, Tigers and Pirates fans, but like,
Well,
nothing
they were
happened.
mean to Cole Tucker. I don't like that. They're in
Yeah,
social
the
media
Tigers
team.
are dead to us.
What did they do?
Yeah.
Cole had a strikeout where he had a tough blitz ball swing.
It's a bad
on it.
look.
And then they hit him with like a Vanessa Hudgens meme. Like,
Wait, what?
so I kind of went at the Tigers and like they're on my shit list. They're out.
What they
I'm out. Too many belt loops anyway, you freaking losers.
They're out.
I'm just kidding. I actually like the Tigers.
And also, they're not winning baseball games, so that's a problem in
Wait.
Detroit.
But the Tiger social media is awful anyway.
Ooh,
Ooh.
face.
They are. No, it's the Indians. Sorry. Sorry. It's the
Guardians.
Guardians social media that's awful. On purpose. They like think it's cool to be bad. They're awful. Tigers, sorry. I got you confused in the Central. But don't be doing
Dead to me.
it's I want to remember the summer, but not like this, Troy, and then Cole Swan. It's kind of actually
It was kind of funny, but just because it's our friend.
It's because our friend. I thought it was going to be.
Dead.
I thought there's enough humor in there. I get it, but still.
Dead.
Jelly, maybe Tiger social media team.
Yeah, be a little more
Was your
jealous.
girlfriend at the fucking Met Gala, looking like a dark angel? I don't think so.
You also, Tigers, you guys spent $200 million this offseason, and you have a worse record than the Pirates so far. So.
Oh, you're mad.
Yeah.
Jake's mad.
They crossed my guy.
Jake's mad.
You know,
mad.
I've unfollowed
at
people for
that.
Trev.
Yeah.
Look at the shit I'm doing for you. Look at all this.
What are
It's
you
supposed to
doing?
be a
Keep law
fucking
out.
Yankees podcast. Now they're writing articles and shit. Just wanted a side hobby.
What?
Now it's this whole fucking thing. 50 people here, Trev.
I don't know what you're talking
You wouldn't
about.
know half the names of the people in the office right now.
Kopech.
We're hiring a different person every day.
What are you complaining about to me for?
It's not. No, I
I'll
was,
fight you right now.
It was mostly I wanted you to come out to. I miss you, and I want you to meet the people at the office.
Dude,
Let's plan
give
something.
me some name tags when I come in. Can I talk about Kopech a little bit?
Yeah.
You were following the Tigers and you unfollowed them?
No, I was referencing a previous story.
Okay.
You know about.
What do you want to say
Kopech.
about Kopech?
5 games started, 23 innings pitched. He's only given up 3 earned runs to a 1.17 ERA. It's about as good as you can hope for the White Sox. And I know they've kind of been in the shitter. Their season hasn't gone the way they want it to go, but I think things are still looking up. Still like them. Still really like this White Sox team. I think there's lots of good baseball left in them. And Kopech's going to be a big reason.
I was looking at all the game logs of the White Sox, and now I don't. This is genuine, so don't get mad at me, White Sox fans. I'm asking you. I saw that Tony La Russa is now adopting the 3-batter minimum rule, and he's using a pitcher to end the inning, and then you can start in the next inning and pull him after 1, or you can not even start in the next inning. His first year, in the first half, he didn't really get that rule. There was some times where he's just like, what? Is this a new thing? Is he just having so much fun now? Because when the Yankees figured out how to do that, they went too crazy. They they still kind of love bringing a guy in for the last out, because then he can only face 1 or 2 batters and you could do that. So is Tony reach into this bag of tricks, and he's going to be doing this now? Because if you look at their game log, they got 2 guys, I think, that only pitched less than 3 batters or less than 3 outs. So just curious. He unlocked the code. That rule kind of stinks. It helps. It helps because the one face a batter, come out pitching change was bad. But I wonder if there's a different way to circumnavigate that. Anyway.
Got us Jerry Blevins, so.
Cardinals beat the Royals. Cardinals beat the Royals.
Cardinals are good. Cardinals are good. Jack Flaherty still hasn't been there yet, but he's making his way back.
And the Rangers win 2, against the Phillies.
Our guy Taylor Hearn was in the office yesterday, and then I saw him at the Rangers playoff game. He said the boys are starting to feel good. Pitching's coming around. The hitters are going. Go Texas, go. Trev shakes
What's
his
up
head
with
no.
the Phils? Are we doing the Phils or what, man?
No, I don't
What's
know
going
because I
on?
don't know what to make of them right now. It's almost like I
don't
need
either.
another month to figure out what's going on in Philadelphia.
I still think they're a good team. Obviously, everyone's thinking about what happened last night, which was, I think, more of like the Mets doing something really cool than the Phillies doing something really bad. I understand, like, you don't want your bullpen to blow a game, but Knable's like a guy. He'll be fine. And they were just putting up good at bats.
Yes, but also the first ball is put in play and should be an out, and then there's a one back to the pitcher that squeaks through.
That was the one back to him. If he could have it back, obviously ends the
back
game.
to Knebel, but then the first at bat of the inning was a high bounce that they didn't make. So like the Phillies also they induced the chances to end that game. They did not, and then the Mets fucking bludgeoned them for it. Like they had some really big hits and good base running as well. So.
Philly's got some signs of, when everything clicks, it's beautiful. They have the high-end pitchers. They have the high-end offense. If one or the other's not there, though, then you need your defense or you need something else to help get you through that game, and that's kind of not how they're built as of now. So, I don't know. Circle the Phillies for the next month.
I like that. We have a cool note here from Max. Ranger Suarez pitched against the Rangers, first player to face a team that shares his first name since Angel Miranda in 1966. Looks like Cespedes Family Barbecue tweeted that out.
Nice.
Max also told me you're going to want to check out the Phillies schedule.
I'm going to want to check out the Phillies schedule.
Ooh, schedule
I'm
pod.
on it right now.
Okay, I love that. I love that note from Max. Love
They
a
got
good
Mets.
schedule.
They got Mariners.
Oh, West
They got
Coast.
Dodgers. They got Padres. They got Dodgers again. They got Atlanta. They got Mets.
Oh, Giants, Angels.
They got Giants.
Brewers.
Angels.
Second place Diamondbacks by that point.
Holy shit. Okay, Philly. Hey, put up or shut up, baby. This is a big part of their season right here.
Some might say this is their season. That's a tough.
What's a successful? That's like
it's a
15
tough-
games.
fucking
or some
500.
shit like that.
500?
success.
Try to be
stay
500.
alive. That's a tough stretch.
Damn.
Stay alive.
Yeah.
You know what? This team doesn't give a fuck. I swear they don't. I know that they're sitting, 4 games under 500? They don't care.
Damn.
There's enough talent there that they're going to go out there and play these games, and they don't think they're going to go 500. I think they think they're going to win a bunch of games, and at least they have that mentality.
Toughest
So, if you're
schedule
a
so
Philly fan-
far, Baltimore Orioles.
Can't play yourselves.
They're pesky.
They aren't
Phillies
the tops.
also, after last night, Phillies have Scherzer. So how do you respond? I think this would be a good game to watch.
Catch a ball.
Scherzer's
throw it back
already
at
scary,
Scherzer.
but also what happened last night.
Harper Schwarber, 3 home runs last time.
I'd go.
against Scherzer.
I'd go bunts right back to Scherzer first inning, and just fuck with his head. You got to go the confusion game. You take the first inning, you give it to him, and you have the first 3 batters just bunt, bad bunts right back to Scherzer, and not even run to first, and get in his head a little bit.
Someone said the game already got rained out. Feo
Even
said that.
better.
Yanks did.
That's a team that could use a rain out.
yeah.
Nick Kowal says Trev loves to be anti-Mets and pro bad teams. What?
Yeah.
I hate every team according to every team's subreddit. Like I hated the Cubs the other day, and then I hated the Indians. I was like, what?
Guardians.
Guardians, yeah.
Those comments are not the tops, fellas. We got to keep it going, guys. And Tops is trying to get you going with their Series 1 baseball NFT collection that dropped today at 1 p.m. Wow. How about that? It's available now at topsnfts.com. Buy standard and premium packs of officially licensed NFT digital collectibles featuring your favorite players and teams from one of Topps most popular sets. A standard pack comes with a guarantee of one rare NFT collectible. Trev likes the rare stuff. I've seen it. This highly anticipated release includes brand new products such as Stars of MLB Chrome, Generation Now, Ultra Short Print, Team Cube 2.0, a special 1987 35th anniversary motion set. Head to topsnfts.com now as this release is slated to sell out fast. See you there, topsnfts.com.
The Tops. Moving on, second half of the show, we're going to give out some standout performances. Standout performances.
Standout performances.
Trev, are you leading us off? Jake, are you
No
leading us
way. It's me, Jim, and it's going to Cookie Carrasco. You guys know I like to start off my meals with some cookies. 8 innings pitch, 6 hits, 5 strikeouts, 2 walks, no earned runs against the Atlanta Braves. 96 pitches, and there's a couple storylines for me here. When you talk about the Mets, you talk about a lot of guys before you get to Cookie Carrasco these days. Whether you're just talking about the pitching staff or the lineup, McGill's been so big for them. Bassett, Scherzer. If Cookie Carrasco has it, which, by the way, he is now sitting at a 3.3 ERA after his first 5 starts of the season. He drops it versus the Atlanta Braves. And a reminder that Cookie Carrasco is also a couple years removed from leukemia, cancer scare going on. So it's awesome that he's back. And man, like Carlos Carrasco, that's a guy who's go check out that Baseball Reference. He's had a couple MLB seasons in the bag. He dropped it against the Braves, and what does it mean for his season and how it ties into the whole 2022 New York Metropolitans. But Cookie Carrasco, that's a guy you should be rooting for either way.
Should. Fun.
Love it. I do love Cookie. Fun to watch pitch, good person.
You guys must have some history, right?
Yeah, I don't think I fared too well against him. You know, he threw hard with a good slider, good like slurvy pitch. Definitely a difficult guy. A lot of same arm slots and balls going different places. Pretty good.
Where's your ball going for your standout performer?
I am taking someone who's on the audition stage every night. I don't even think he's really on a team. It's more like, hey, man, like, do you guys want me? Who wants me the most? It's Frankie Montas. He goes 7 innings versus the Tampa Bay Rays, 4 hits, 6 Ks. Brings the ERA down to 3.44. He's had 2 not so good starts. The rest of them have been phenomenal. The thing I like about Frankie is he's throwing pitches. Like he's the least amount of pitches he's thrown is 83. Mostly 92, 96, 96. Last night he threw 103 pitches. So he's healthy. He's ready to go. And every single night he goes out there and pitches. It's just an audition for some other team. So people are liking what they're seeing. And I just want people to, keep Frankie in your thoughts because, yes, he's playing in Oakland right now. And, they're going to be where they're going to be, which is, 3rd or 4th or 4th or 5th in the division. Is there 5 teams in that division? I'm tripping out right now. I'm not even high. Frankie.
Not even.
Good job, dude. Against the Rays. Who are you going to be pitching for? We will see July.
My standout performer is a guy who's probably gotten a ton and will continue to get a ton. Shohei Ohtani. Trev, you heard rumors best game ever? Ever? In Fenway? I don't know. A lot of games been played there. But he diced up. Actually, dude, the Red Sox had runners on like almost every inning, but it didn't matter. He gave up 6 hits, but he struck out 11. He didn't walk a single batter. Didn't give up a run. 7 innings pitched. Also had an RBI. Scored a run. Threw a 100 mile per hour fastball. Obviously, His swing and miss numbers and called strike numbers on his secondary pitches are kind of silly. Like he had a called strike or swing and miss, 67% on his curveball. Only threw 9 of them, but pretty well placed, I gather. And on his slider, 59% strike or strikes called strike or strike swinging. So the efficiency to take your secondary pitch, and it's not a show me slider. It's no, this is actually going to have a result to it, or a slider, a strike or a swing strike is not bad. Not just doing it to change the eye level. He's good, that guy.
Incredible. Kind of is a show me slider.
So,
but it's not just like I have this.
Oh, his name's Shohei.
Oh, okay. Show me, Shohei. Mm-hmm. Trav,
I'll read you the quote.
Okay.
It's from a Sports Illustrated article. I was doing some research for Baseball Today. Shohei Ohtani had already hit a ball 109 miles an hour and thrown 81 of his 99 pitches for strikes. So when he strode to the plate in the 8th inning of perhaps the greatest game ever played here, he lined a fastball off the green monster so hard he knocked his own number off the wall. And then here's a quote from Rich Hill. He's the best player in the league. I think that's one thing everybody can pretty much unanimously agree upon. It's pretty special to see somebody like that come along. I think everyone should be really appreciating what we're seeing because it's something we haven't seen in 100 years, and we may never see it again for another 100 years. I think it's true. I don't think this is going to be a scenario where we're seeing a bunch of two-way players. It's just not. People think that this is going to open the floodgates, start a trend. Bullshit. Everyone's a two-way player. Can't do it. Can't do it the way that Shohei did it, or I guess Babe Ruth did it. Shohei is awesome. I don't know. Good job, Shohei.
I just don't know. It might, July 11th, 1917. Wait, was it at Fenway or by a Boston player? Oh, okay, at Fenway. Never mind. This was on the road when Babe did this one. might be onto something.
I don't know. It's pretty crazy. Like, really, we need to have perspective as a sport as to what we're seeing here. And we try to describe it like almost every single show. We talk about Shohei Ohtani. How can you not? But you have to have that perspective. Like, we are seeing something that just never happens. Just never happens.
Uh-oh.
It's like, it'd be like who's like Russell Wilson. Okay.
Okay.
It'd be like Russell Wilson also going and like being a lockdown corner. Starting pitcher also just banging the ball around, like playing both sides of the ball. It's you can't even, that doesn't make sense in anyone's head. You'd never think about a quarterback going and playing the other position, corner, but that's what Shohei is essentially doing.
Babe Ruth, June 1st, 1916. Pretty good outing at Fenway.
Tell me.
Faced off against Walter Johnson, 9 innings pitched, only allowed 3 hits, struck out 6, won the game 1-0 when Dick Hoblitzel pushed across the go-ahead run.
I don't know. I'm like not on the Babe Ruth train. I'm not.
Okay. It's fine.
I get it. I keep forgetting he was a Yankee.
I don't think that's. I don't really have
That's how
ties.
little I think of Babe Ruth. I swear to God.
Well done.
Slump Watch.
Well done, BBD.
On that note, I'm out.
Slump Watch. We motivate some of baseball's finest players to get out of their slump and get it going. Jim, I have some good news. We ran into some slumpy slump watches for a little bit.
Yes.
Dylan Carlson, after an 0 for 15, puts up a 2 for 6 with 2 walks. So he's seeing the ball, a 500 on base. Good job, Dylan Carlson. You're off, buddy. Choo-choo! You guys all know that's the freight train, David Peralta.
I knew.
He went 3 for 9 with a homer, 3 RBI, walk, a nice little series as they swept the fish. David Peralta, you are off. Slump Watch.
Way to be, kid. Way to be.
Jim, now we find ourselves in a situation. Gio Urshela follows up his 0 for 13 with a 1 for 9. That one was an RBI double, a couple walks as well, and we just had to talk about the whole Twins starting lineup, and Gio's not a part of that. So I don't really know what you want to do with Gio, our guy, cute.
I don't either. Is he starting? Wasn't he platooning for a while?
I think he was playing a lot. I don't know.
I thought the Twins were doing kind of like a Yankees like infield rotation type thing.
I mean, they have the bodies for it. Started 4 out of 5 games in May.
Yeah, he's doing that rotation. He's let's leave him on.
Okay.
Correa's out. They need someone to help out.
No, Gio's playing.
He's playing, yeah.
He's playing. Gio stays. Eugenio Suarez. Remember how excited we were for him getting going? And wow, the Mariners. They're down in the dumps. He goes 1 for 10. That one was a homer, which is very Eugenio Suarez.
Oh, I know. Well, who are they playing now? Because the Mariners need to get hot. They just had the Astros pitching, and the Astros have some good arms down there. So
they face Tampa.
That's tough. Let's just bounce them.
Okay.
I got no expectations for him.
Suarez, you're off, dude.
That's
not in a great way.
No. And this next guy, he's off too, and not in a great way.
Okay. Profar's off. He goes 1 for 7, 333 on base. That's not awful, but you've never been a Profar guy. Nobody really knows why, but
I'm not anti. I'm not.
You're not a Profar guy.
No, I like saying Jerkson.
So you're still not a Profar guy.
No, I don't like. No, I would call him. I refer to him as.
You're a Jerkson fan.
I'm a Jerkson stan.
You're a Jerkson stan. Jim, there's players to add. Frankie Lindor, Mr. Smile, 0 for 14. More like Mr. Sad.
Ooh.
I take that back. I'm sorry, Frankie. Salvador Perez, 0 for 13. Javi Baez, 0 for 8. Trent Grisham, 0 for 8. Avisail Garcia. Jim, I have a solution here.
Yes.
I'm so anti-Tigers right now.
Yeah.
Slump Watch is to get guys off Slump Watch.
Oh, no.
Javi, don't care for you right now.
Oh, my goodness.
And we've got 4 other guys that we can add.
Okay. Wow.
Sorry,
Tigers,
about you.
You're mad.
I'm big mad at the Tigers.
You're mad. It does seem like low-hanging fruit.
It's low-hanging fruit.
Unnecessary.
And, like, there's a right and a wrong way to do that, Tigers fans.
Yeah, wow. Robot just laugh?
The robot laughed, which was weird. So Gio Urshela, Frankie Lindor, they're friends. Former Indians teammates, now the Guardians.
Yep.
Big Sal Perez, we love him. Trev's got all his Sal Perez stories. Trent Grisham, we like him. And big Avisail Garcia. We'll get them off Slump Watch.
I love it. Get him out of there.
Fuck the Tigers.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
The reason I can't talk shit about the Tigers, I'm pretty sure, like, career stats wise, they kind of owned me. I'd assume.
Well,
You
I've
faced
hit
some
some
good
freaking
Tigers
homers
teams.
there.
Yeah.
I've hit some homers. Whatever. Maybe not. Screw the Tigers. Stupid
Worst
belt
record
loops.
in the AL. Let's tweet mean things about a guy for having a popular
But
girlfriend.
City of Detroit. I love the city of Detroit.
Oh,
I
my
do.
God.
So specifically, just that one intern that ran the social media thing. Don't like you.
July.
And
probably
I
not
also don't
intern.
like the belt loops.
July 5th, 1915. Game duration, 1 hour, 58 minutes. Babe Ruth, 9 innings pitched, 0 earned runs. Also had 2 runs scored, a hit, a walk on the day. My
Pretty
rival,
decent game.
My rival, Otani.
Decent day at the park.
6-0 game, 1 hour, 58 minutes.
How are
7,000.
you guys in the Babe Ruth thing? You're still like he's like a god to you?
No, I know. It's just like he was
I'm
very,
curious.
I'm
very
legendary.
good in his time.
He's legendary. He's Babe Ruth.
Legend, yeah.
Yeah, he is, obviously.
Yeah. Big penis on Babe.
I've heard that.
Dirt nasties on Fuego. That means I'm on fire, baby. Like Waco.
Friend of the podcast, Rowdy Telez. He went off 7 for 15, 3 homers, 10 ribeye steaks. I see you, Billy Ripken. Hip. Jared Walsh, 5 for 12, couple homers. Why'd you guys laugh?
Boys.
Cedric Mullins, 6 for 17. Willie Adames, the Brewers team kind of went off. Big Jesus Aguilar, we love when he's having a good time, and he sure does when he's going 7 for 13. CJ Cronezone, 6 for 11. Yelly, 5 for 11. Moose Tacos, Trev. Your boy Moose, 5 for 11. And how about Keibert Ruiz, the young Nats catcher, 5 for 9. Get going. Trev, do you own his cards?
Believe it. So many of his rookie cards. They all have the Dodger logo on them because that's who he used to play for. Mike Moustakas, Malibu Mike. Let's go, baby. Screw the Reds. We love you.
That's good.
What? He's the king of Malibu.
I know.
There's so many Malibu dudes, man.
I didn't put that together.
Not an investor.
Malibu Mike, not in.
Not in.
A friend.
Talk to him once.
Traded this year? Question mark.
I think I heard a rumor it was him shitting in the truck.
Malibu Mike shit in the truck. Put it on a shirt.
Tell me we got Kelsey. Come on.
Awards. Let's go. Let's go.
All of our sound like Dirt Nasty to that. This is very very different vibes. Yeah.
Speaking of different vibes,
Jake,
you guys know I'm giving down the Turn Down the Music Award. You guys heard me. I talked about it on a recent episode. Jazz Chisholm, his hustle, the way he plays, the fire. He's awesome. He's everything I want baseball to be about. Home runs, stolen bases, good defense, swag, slamming the ground. Jazz Chisholm, a trade that's going to be an interesting one to track for a bunch of years because they're two good ball players. And it was a straight-up trade. It was a young Jazz Chisholm was traded for Zach Gallen on my Arizona Diamondbacks. Both of them off to pretty gangbaster starts to their career.
those gang bastards.
Those gangbasters. Zach Gallen now 54 starts, a 3.3 career ERA. He's now 4 starts, a 1.27 this season. He is back at it. We met his dad and his brother in the Phillies parking lot / casino one time, so we're friends of theirs. Jazz Chisholm, all the swag in the world, said, he wants to hit a homer off Zach Gallen. He's like, I was traded for this guy. I'm going to homer off this dude. Zach Gallen was kind of like, nah, dude. I was also traded for you, and I don't want to give up a homer to you. So he shuts down Jazz. Jazz goes 0 for 3 against them. And another nice start for him in his season. He goes 6.1, 2 earned runs, and gets the win against the Fish. And, I think it's one of those beautiful things. Like, hey, Jazz, I want you talking more. I like what you're about. Everything you do is fun. But guess what? Zach Gallen could also be on the other side and be like, I'm not into that. So he turned down the music on Jazz a little bit, shuts him down. And, hey, I'll tell you what. The next time Zach Gallen faces off against the Marlins, I'm tuning in. That next Zach Gallen Jazz Chisholm at bat, that's fantastic.
It is. I heard him as kind of good fun.
Oh, yeah. No, it's what sports should be about.
Yeah. I do like they got traded for each other, so they want to homer off each other.
These are two guys that if that trade never happened, would never been linked together. And now they are linked for life to the point that we'll probably see them at a charity golf tournament in 20 years, and they'll laugh about some of their old baseball stories together.
Yeah, we were there laughing.
And we were young.
Remember the days when we used to skip.
Trav,
you're up. You have an award?
James, I gotta mention. Love your work. Big fan of your work. You put out a breakdown, Booney versus Marty Foster. We're talking some real good lip reading, and had one particular line that really got me going, and it was, "Get out of my face."
Get out of my face.
If you haven't watched the breakdown, please go watch that one. I think it's better than the Bumgarner one, even though like that's also good. I think this one is maybe one of the best I've seen as far as like comedy factor. So I'm giving the Get Out of My Face award. All through the season, we called for the Brewers to go after a bat. We said, you need a lefty bat. There's some out there. Like, go do it. We know what you can do on the pitching side. It's elite, top to bottom. So go supplement your roster with some dang offense. And you know who we said? Go get Kyle Schwarber. You need a bopper like that. All the while, Rowdy Tellez, Elk Grove, California dude, obviously sitting there being like, hey, talking baseball, shut the fuck up. We don't need anybody because I am that guy. What's the other quote from the bowler? Who do you think you are?
I am.
I am. That's what Rowdy was saying in his head the whole time. Obviously, he has that great game. 2 homers, 8 RBIs, just misses the 3rd homer. But what he's done for this Brewers team, he's kept them afloat when a lot of the other guys were struggling. Now we're getting some guys, they've turned 7, as Jake would like to say. Rowdy Tellez on the year, hitting 275, 341 on base, 966 OPS. He's got the 7 homers. He's got 22 RBIs. He's even scored 15 runs, all while playing first base, not taking up the DH position from them. Every single game he's played has been at first base. So the answer's been right in front of us all along with the Brewers. I still think they'll make an offensive upgrade during the year, maybe 2. If I was being honest, I think they probably still need that. But Rowdy's answered the bell, and I like that. Like, I've spent many off seasons where guys are saying, hey, we need better offense from our third baseman or more homers or better defense. It fucking pisses you off, man, and it motivates you. And I believe that's what happened with Rowdy. His swing is locked in right now. He's only 27 years old. Like, give this guy in age. Give this guy some run like he's been getting, and I think you're going to find a productive hitter. Is he going to be a 966 guy all year? Probably not. But I think he's approaching a level. We're going to see him in the 8s all year, and I think that it's not fluky. When you watch his at-bats, it's not fluky. So shout out Rowdy. You know Pat Murphy. I said this on Baseball Today. You know Pat Murphy was talking shit because that last ball hit off the top of the fence and wasn't a homer. Ring that fucking bell.
Yes, God damn it. Yes. That is right. I did it. It's all time.
Get out of my face.
If you like a Baseball Savant page, go look at Rowdy's.
Who do you think you are? I am. Get it right.
A lot of 99th and 100th percentile. Rowdy hitting the ball.
Thiz face Rowdy from Sacramento. Let's go, Rowdy.
I'm giving out the just great swap award. And I pivoted to this late in the show. I got to be honest.
Late pivot.
A late pivot. It's the Great Swap Award. It goes to Leslie Ambrose Bush, who once he started his professional career at the age of 19 in the year of 1912, adopted the nickname Bullet Joe Bush. And that's a great name swap. If he stayed Leslie Ambrose Bush, his career probably lasts 3 years and he stinks. But he started going by Bullet Joe and won 3 World Series, 17-year career. And sometimes you just need a name. So maybe this goes to Connor Joe. I don't know. That's my award, Bullet Joe Bush Award.
Okay.
Leslie Ambrose, 19 years old, making your show, your debut in the show, and your name's Leslie?
My neighbor's name is Leslie.
What does he clean your pool?
Oh, there is a pool store like that. It's actually worth a lot of money. No, that's
biggest
it's
pool.
a woman.
It's
a
Leslie's.
Leslie Nielsen.
Leslie Nielsen. I was going to give Tommy Canley award because he's come back from his injury. He missed almost 2 years. First outing, 9 pitches, 3 outs. Second outing, 9 pitches, 3 outs. Efficient, hot, nice butt, great changeup. Tommy Canley.
Congrats, Tommy.
Congrats to Tommy. And, I mean, the show ends on Fridays.
Oh,
Odo, best friend of the
fudge.
week, 6.2 shut.
Go, Odo.
One walk.
Let's go.
Shout out Beavers for the timestamps already in the description of this video.
Swag. Oh.
All right, Beavers, wild card in the American League. The 6-seed Astros will be facing off against the 3-seed Twins. What does the simulator say?
Astros.
Oh, wow. Sorry, Trev. The Rays will be facing off against the Blue Jays in the wild card. 2 divisional opponents.
Rays.
Rays. Holy smokes. Let's go to the wild card in the National League. You have the Mets, who are the 1st seed in their division, but the 3rd seed in the playoffs, facing off against the Cardinals.
It's all about the Mets.
Oh, boy. All right. We have in the other wild card game, the Rockies. Kelsey's Rocks versus the Padres. Another division rivalry.
Padres.
Padres. First time the Giants aren't involved in the postseason, I believe. In the American League Divisional Series, the Astros beat the Twins. They now face the Angels, who are the 2 seed in the American League.
Astros.
Oh, that's a shame. I was really rooting for the Angels there. That's a bummer. Uh-oh, Heartbreak City. The Rays overcame the Blue Jays and now face the Yankees, who are sitting there as the 1 seed in the American League. Who goes on to face the Astros in the championship series?
Yankees.
Holy smokes, I love it. Yankees, Astros, CS. The ALCS goes through Houston. That's insane. Mets.
Always does.
Mets beat or face off against the Brewers, the Brew Crew. Bats are hot.
Brewers.
Brewers beating the Mets. Good run, Mets. Dodgers and Padres.
Dodgers.
I know that we're running the simulation, but there was only one possible result there. CS, who's going to the World Series? Is it the Yankees or is it the Astros? You know it's going 7 games.
The Astros.
Damn it. Oh, damn it. That sucks. Woo. Brewers, Dodgers.
Brewers.
Oh. Brewers, Astros, World Series. Ugh. Go Brew Crew. Who's winning?
It's the Brew Crew.
Wow. Brewers with their first simulator victory.
I called it 2 years in a row, baby.
Way to go,
guys, I'm
Brew
out.
Crew. Good job by them. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Peace and chicken grease. Goodbye. Have a good weekend.